I guess moving on from contracts though into like the Detroit Lions because we have been on a while. I apologize. I appreciate you taking your time, but I wanted to ask something about Detroit Lions bringing in Dre Bly because we've had conversations in the past as it pertains to like player coaches and depending on like how the play style was back when they played it, how effective they could be. But I remember back when you were in Detroit, Slay had Rasheem Mathis to kind of help him, with the ropes, or whatever. Is that something Dre Bly could offer to the DB room for Detroit? You think, or
Yeah, I think you can. I think the biggest thing about player coaches, in my opinion, just because you were a great player don't mean you'll be a great coach,
mm-hmm.
right? You have to have the ability to teach. You have to be able to connect. You have to be able to understand. And sometimes as an ex-player, you know how you were as a player
Mm-hmm.
and what you needed and didn't need and how you played and approached the game. Well, there's a reason why you're great because you were like that. Everybody's not wired like that.
Yeah,
So I think that's one of the reasons why Michael Jordan struggled so much as a GM and this because everybody's not wired like you, Mike.
yeah, that's a
You
different
can't
different breed.
draft Kwame Brown and think he's gonna be you. He's not. He's not wired like you.
Yeah,
And so you got to have an ability to teach people, see people for who they are, what they are as a player, and figure out ways to help them be better and not compare them to you
yeah,
as a player. Oh, in my days off, we would have been doing this. It ain't your days. These are the new days. And none of those kids in your meeting room right now remember watching you play.
yeah,
None of them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So to them, you're old. At the end of the day, you got great history, but they don't know
Mm-hmm.
you as a player. It'd be different if you know, I don't know, Jalen Ramsey, retired and became a DB coach right now, right?
Yeah,
Those guys know him.
and
They
he's
don't
familiar with
know
today's
you,
game.
right? So you got to be able to connect to the new school. You can keep your old school habits or ways, but you got to be able to connect and make it translate to the new school guys.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
And you got
hundred
to be a
percent.
good teacher. You got to be a good teacher. So I know Dre as a player, from when he played,
Yeah,
great player, very instinctual player, good corner, ball skills. I don't know how good he was in the classroom. I don't know. I mean, you would think he was good in the classroom because he was smart. He made a bunch of plays on the field,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know that. I don't know how he was as a teammate. So I don't know how he would be as a communicator, as a teacher, because that's what it takes to be a good coach. You got to be able to teach. And I think, not to put the subject on me, but I think that's why a lot of people come to me all the time about, bro, you should be a coach. You should be a coach
Yes,
because I have an ability to help people understand the game easily.
yeah. That's
You
one
know
of
what
the
I'm
reasons I
saying?
love. That's one of the reasons I love talking to you because like you articulate things so well. Like
Yeah. So just being able to teach it helps people understand it.
yeah,
Being able to take what you're saying, what you need, what you're missing, and be able to help you get it, right?
yeah,
That's good coaching. Not me just saying what I used to do, why I used to do it, how I used to do it. This is what we got to do. This, no, this is, I
you gotta
want to
make it make
teach you,
sense.
right? And so I don't know how he is like that. I would assume that, these are situations where you got to trust everybody. You got to trust Brad Holmes. You got to trust Dan Campbell that they know what they need. And Dre Bly was a guy that fit the role, not only from a coaching standpoint, but also from he played in Detroit.
Yeah.
So that's a good move for the fans that remember him and thought he was a good player. Man, we got our coach. We got Dre Bly. Like maybe our defensive backs will start catching interceptions. Maybe he can teach them something, right?
Mm.
So we'll see. But happy for Dre and glad he's back in Detroit. And I'm sure he'll be super excited for his NFL coaching gig. I think he was coaching in college, if I'm not
North Carolina,
mistaken.
I think, beforehand.
Yeah, I think he was in college. So getting to come back to the league and as a coach and do it in Detroit, I'm sure he's excited. So I wish him well.
Give me some ganja. 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 Give me some